Page 216, How the Sun Was Born. Most scientists think that our sun began as an immense cloud of gas and dust. Stars that are growing old often shoot out enormous clouds of gas and dust. The gas and dust are made up of all kinds of chemicals. There are many clouds in space. As these clouds move through space, they pull more and more gas and dust into themselves. Gravity pulls all the gas and dust together, tighter and tighter. Over many millions of years, the center of the cloud of gas is pulled into the shape of a gigantic ball. Gravity squeezes this gas ball together so tightly, its center is more dense than steel. When gas is squeezed together that tightly, it becomes tremendously hot. The center of the gas ball grows so hot that it becomes an atomic furnace. The ball begins to glow with this fierce heat. It has become a star. This is how all stars seem to form. Right now, out in space, new stars seem to be forming out of clouds of gas, and scientists think this is how our own sun began, about 5 billion years ago. The source of life. Without the sun, there could be no life on Earth. Energy pours up out of the raging hot atomic furnace that is the center of the sun. It moves up to the sun's seething, boiling surface and rushes out into space as waves of light. The waves of sunlight spread out in all directions. They travel at tremendous speed of 186,282 miles per second. Most of them speed on into the endless darkness of space, but some head straight towards a small, bluish planet that lies in their path. It is the Earth. The waves of sunlight pass through Earth's atmosphere and travel down to the planet's surface. There, the light waves strike the leaves of green plants, trees, bushes, and blades of grass. Green leaves are made of millions of tiny cells like little bags. In each cell there are little blobs of green stuff called chlorophyll. When the sunlight passes into the leaf, the little blobs of chlorophyll catch and hold tiny bits of the light, sparks of the sun's energy. Plant cells are like factories where the plant's food is made using the captured sunlight for power. The green globs of chlorophyll turn water and carbon dioxide gas into sugar. This sugar is stored up energy. The plant uses the stored up energy for the power to grow. Without energy from the sun, the plant couldn't grow or live. A steer moves slowly through a field of grass. Each plant it eats has some of the stored up energy. The energy is taken in by the steer's body and used for the power to make the steer live and move. Without the stored up energy it gets from the plants it eats, the steer could not stay alive. The steer is part of a herd being fattened for market. In time, the steer's bodies will be turned into steaks and roasts and hamburgers for people to eat. The energy in the steer's bodies will go into people's bodies, where it will be used to keep them alive. And of course, people also eat many kinds of plants for the energy that's in them. All living things must take in energy in order to stay alive, and nearly all energy comes from the sun. So the sun gives us much more than just light and heat. It truly gives us life. Moving into daytime. Imagine that you have awakened very, very early. You look out of a window, the sky is still black, and the whole world seems dark and silent. But as you watch for a long time, the sky slowly turns from black to gray. You can begin to see things. The sky grows lighter. A pink glow spreads across the eastern horizon. Suddenly, You can see the tiniest tip of fiery red peeping over the edge of the land. The sun. Slowly, more and more of it becomes visible as it rises up into the sky. This is the time of day that is called sunrise, but the sun doesn't really rise. It just looks as if it is moving up into the sky. What is really happening is that the part of the world you live on is turning toward the sun. Half of the earth is always covered with light from the sun. The other half is always in darkness, for no sunlight can fall upon it. But the earth is always turning. As it turns, everything on it moves from darkness into sunlight again and again. This is our night and day. When it is morning for you, your part of the world is turning out of the darkness into the light. At sunrise, you are just on the edge of that half of the world that is in sunlight. As the earth continues to turn, more and more sunlight falls upon that part of the world where you live. The sky grows brighter and the sun seems to rise higher, but the sun isn't really moving. You are moving beneath it. When your part of the world has moved directly into line with the sun seems to be at its highest place in the sky. This is the time of day we call noon. The light is strongest then. Shadows are shortest. As the earth keeps turning, your part of the world moves away from the sun. This makes it seem as if the sun is moving down in the sky. Shadows grow longer. The earth turns until your part of it is once again on the very edge of the half that is in the sunlight. Now it is evening. The sky is darkening as you leave the light behind. This is the time we call sunset, because the sun looks as if it is dropping down behind the curve of the earth. Slowly, the part of the world where you live slips completely out of the sunlight. Now you are turning toward the darkness of space. It is night in your part of the world. You're getting ready for bed, but halfway around the world from you, other children are waking up. This part of the world has turned to where your part was this morning. For them, the day has begun.